Everyone's attention, please. We'll start here in about 5 minutes. If you please find your seat, we'll start in about 5 minutes. Again, if everyone could please take your seats, we'll start in about 5 minutes. Got about 2 minutes before we begin. If everyone would please grab a seat. We've got a video that's going to go first. That's been Courtney Edwards says our prayer. So if everyone would please grab a seat, we'll start here in about 2 minutes.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. We'll start our night with a prayer before we get things started here. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. As we celebrate our athletes' achievements tonight, we are grateful for the strength, determination, and joy they bring to the community through sports. Bless each athlete gathered here with the courage to push their limits, the resilience to overcome challenges, and the grace to honor victory and defeat. May they grow in skill and character, always striving to do their best and support their teammates. Guide our coaches, parents, and mentors as they nurture and inspire these young athletes, instilling them in the values of teamwork, sportsmanship, and fair play. May this banquet be a time of fellowship, laughter, and encouragement, reminding us of the power of athletics to unite, uplift, and inspire. In your name we pray. Amen.
Good evening and welcome to the 2024-2023 Athletic Banquet and the first ever Hall of Fame for St. Michael's Catholic Academy. It's with great pleasure tonight that we gather to celebrate victories achieved on the playing field and to honor the dedication, resilience, and spirit throughout the season of our student athletes and of years long gone. As we reflect on the countless hours of triumphs and challenges, let us unite through the remarkable achievements of our athletes. We will start our evening tonight by recognizing 6 distinguished alums who will be named to the inaugural class of the St. Michael's Catholic Academy Hall of Fame. We will then honor our current student athletes with awards We appreciate your time, and we appreciate your loud celebration of these student athletes and their accomplishments. The Athletics Hall of Fame at St. Michael's will stand for years to come, serving as a beacon of recognition and homage to those who have extraordinary accomplishments and have left a mark on this school. Induction into the Hall of Fame is the highest honor, symbolizing a lasting impact on the sporting landscape of this school. It is a testament to triumph and adversity of those who have dared to dream, strive, and achieve greatness. It aims to recognize and honor alums, coaches, and administrators, and contributors who brought honor and excellence in alignment with the school's mission. This award is a source of pride and builds upon the sense of community that this school is built upon. It also serves as a historical account of St. Michael's. The qualifications for the Hall of Fame are agreed upon every year by the Director of Athletics, the head of school who serves as liaison, and a selection committee that begins by receiving nominations. The qualifications shall remain the same after the agreed upon date and shall not be changed in eternity. This year's induction class was unanimously agreed upon by the selection committee. Coaches and administrators and athletes have helped pave the way for St. Michael's, going above and beyond in their time at this school. The names are still mentioned in this community. Their impact resonates with our teams currently, with fans, administrators, coaches, and well-wishers of St. Michael's. We begin our inductions by welcoming Assistant Athletic Director and Head Boys Basketball Coach Cooper Land to speak about our first nominee, Mr. George Wagsback.
Thank you, Jeff. As he said, my name is Cooper Land. I've been the head boys basketball coach here for the past 6 years, associate AD for the last 2 years. And when Wags asked me to speak on his behalf, I was extremely honored, obviously. I was a little taken aback and a little bit scared. To me, as Mitch actually said earlier, Wags is the godfather of St. Michael's. So with all of that in mind, the thought of honoring someone that's so beloved and so essential to the fabric of this institution, that task is a daunting one, but I'll try my best. As most of you know, Wags has been here at St. Michael's since the school's inception in 1984. Initially hired as a biology teacher, he also taught theology and quickly took on the Dean of Students role for the next 33 years. In fact, he was carrying around his famed paddle earlier today. I think he still got it. So if you aren't familiar with Wags, you might be asking why a man whose job titles were teacher and dean and is not an alum is being inducted to our Athletics Hall of Fame. The answer is pretty simple. He was on our Hall of Fame selection committee. But in all seriousness, anyone who has played sports or coached at St. Michael's understands that this induction ceremony with all these incredible athletes would not be possible without Wags. He was a unanimous selection because of the impact he's had on our school and our athletic department. How did he have such a big impact? While I was preparing to write this and trying to figure out how to explain why this man is so beloved, I thought I could maybe tell a few of the hundreds of stories about Wags that have come up over the years. Like the time I randomly ran into a couple of St. Mike's alums from the early 90s at a bar drinking sodas. These complete strangers went on, when they found out I worked at St. Michael's, they went on for an hour just telling me stories about Wags. One of the ones they told me was how he was teaching his class the newly discovered Heimlich maneuver. That's how long he's worked here. When he demonstrated it on a student, the poor kid passed out. After which he joked, turns out the Heimlich is only for people who are actually choking. Another one they told me was how he used to challenge the biggest kid in class each year to come up to the front of the class and punch him as hard as he could in the stomach, just to prove that nobody could mess with him and assert his dominance in some sort of classroom, prison teaching style. I think he missed her calling him a strength coach. Or, of course, maybe I could talk about how he didn't miss a Kairos trip for the better part of 30 years. Or he didn't miss a single St. Michael's home football game from the start of the program in 1986 until this past season. And how often he led the team in prayer, pregame prayer and devotion for many of those years. Could also talk about how he almost missed the birth of his youngest daughter to keep that streak intact. Could also talk about how he often spent summers secretly driving the St. Michael's school bus around Austin to pick up football players to make sure they make the summer workouts. The more I thought about it, the more I realized how impossible it is to do his legacy justice with just stories. Aside from his 4 decades of service and selflessness to St. Michael's, what makes Wags such an obvious selection is who he is as a person, and how the defining characteristics of his personality have inspired and impacted the lives of his students and coworkers. So I decided to list a couple of those qualities. The first thing that came to mind was that George is an incredible listener. We've all heard the adage that God gave us one mouth and 2 ears for a reason, so we should listen twice as much as we speak. Very few of us are actually able to execute that, but George does, which is incredible given how much he likes to talk. But he listens so well because he has such a huge heart. I'm not sure I've ever met anyone with as big of a capacity to care for others as Wags. Talking about real, genuine care. As some of you know, this past year has been incredibly difficult for him and his family. Yet in the midst of spending precious time with his wife, Mary, he makes it a point to regularly call me to check in on how I'm doing. How are things going at school? How's your team doing? How's your wife? How's your little man? Is that gigantic 1-year-old you have dunking yet? He's always thinking of others. It's part of the reason he connected so well with so many students and coaches over the years. He's always there to listen, and he legitimately cares about people's well-being. Wags will always have a piece of St. Michael's heart and vice versa. The second thing that came to mind was that Wags is inspiring. He's a guy that everybody looks forward to seeing. Even after he retired, Wags would still come in for his free lunch a couple times a week. He loves to eat. Every time I saw him at lunch, though, my day got a little bit better. Every time he would pop into the office to check on how we're doing, my day gets a little bit better. Anytime he gives me a phone call just to check in, my day gets a little bit better. Even through the most challenging time in his life, he remained what a lot of us coaches like to call an energy giver to all of those around him. And he'll tell you that he's able to do that through his faith, and that's inspiring. I have no doubt that many of you have been inspired in the same way by Wags. The last thing that came to mind was his perspective. Wags is an incredible knack for being able to always see the big picture. Happy people always do. As it relates to St. Michael's, Wags hit the nail on the head when I talked to him last week in preparing for this. He said programs that are performance-oriented outside of the classroom are essential to the lifeblood of the school. Athletics teaches kids to advocate for themselves. It fosters character development. It teaches them how to handle successes and failure. He continued, at my previous school before I came to St. Michael's, the school started going down when athletics and extracurricular activities went down. Athletics is the front porch to your school. These 3 characteristics, along with his understanding of how essential of a role athletics can play in a young person's life, has been the catalyst for all of the support of our student athletes and coaches over the years. And they fall directly in line with the Christ-themed mission of which our school and athletic departments strive to live up to every day. With that being said, Wags, we love you. We're so thankful for you, and I'm extremely honored to welcome you to the first ever St. Michael's Hall of Fame class.
quite sure that they're going to have us come up and speak. But what I would have to say is this. The reason I'm standing up here right now is if you look at this section right here, not just the athletes, but the coaches that instructed these young athletes, they're the ones that why we're here tonight. All those things Cooper said, don't believe any of it, okay? They say those things just to make you feel good. But I'm real appreciative that I'm part of this. I hope to be at all these games next year, and thanks a lot for coming.
Mr. George Wagsmith. Next up, we have Hall of Fame inductee Kyle Martin. Speaking for Kyle is former baseball coach Calvin Sherrill.
I truly don't know why the heck I'm first, but we're gonna give this a go. I'm honored to be here tonight. I want to thank the athletic department, Cooper and Jeff. Thank y'all very much for inviting us up here. I've been coached here for almost a quarter of a century. I've seen a lot of really good athletes come through St. Michael's. By creating a Hall of Fame for special athletes that have graduated from this institution, the school recognizes the importance of athletics and these athletes, the role that they played in the history of this school and the community. These inductions celebrate that moment. And for that, I'm really grateful. Now, the reason I'm here is to introduce Kyle. I had the privilege, as well as the frustration, of coaching Kyle for 4 years while here. I say privilege for the obvious reason of we're here to celebrate the excellence. Hello. The frustration part comes from I spent 2.5 years, I guess, maybe, trying to convince him that 6'7" on the basketball court was his average, but 6'7" on the mound makes you a really lot of money. And I'm glad he finally listened. Sorry about that, Mackie. Kyle not only excelled on the baseball field, but he also excelled in the classroom. I'm very appreciative of that. I tried to preach that because I was not one of those people. So I wanted the people that don't make it, academics is where you're going to excel. With the scholarship to that school down the road that wears maroon degree while he was playing before he started his professional career. Another I don't know what to call it, feather in his hat or something that I'm proud of. Somewhat low with that, story of an incident, I think it was Kyle's senior year, we were getting ready for the playoffs. We had a playoff game scheduled. There was also an AP calculus test. 96 on that test. That's just the type of person that he was. And so, where did I left off? That's what made Kyle special. His belief in himself. That's a recipe for success. Even when he sucked, which wasn't often, granted, but even when he sucked, he still believed that he was the right person for the job. And that's an attitude that you have to have as an athlete, as a business person, whatever. Nothing gets in your way. There's no fear of failure. That was never present in Kyle. When he didn't get the job done, he would learn from it and not make the same mistake again. Like I said, that's a recipe for success. It got into the big leagues. I remember the day that he got called up. I was in California visiting my daughter and granddaughter, and of course it was morning in California. He was on the East Coast, and my phone rang like 7:30 in the morning, my time. It was early for me, granddaughter. But I looked down and see Kyle. I'm like, what the heck is he calling me for? So I picked up the phone and said, what's going on? And he said, Coach, I just got called up. And I was like, oh wow. The feeling that I got at that particular moment, knowing that one of my former players is now going to pitch in the big league, it's a feeling I can't describe. It was magical. I said, well, where are you going to be playing tonight? Well, we're getting ready to get on a flight to California. I went, oh, okay. Where are you playing? Anaheim. I said, I need 4 tickets. And I got to go to the game. And the night that I was there, he came in. He strolled in. I don't remember what inning it was. But he comes sloping in from the bullpen, and he faced one of the guys that he faced was Albert Pujols. And for those that don't know, for me, one of the greatest hitters that ever played the game. Kyle's getting a chance to face this guy, and I'm watching his pitch selection. I'm calling pitches on the side. I'm like, what I think Kyle needs to throw. He's boom, boom, boom. Gets 2-2, and I said, all right. You're showing him your changeup, goes fastball away. Goes the fastball away. He's getting ready to walk off the mound. Like, yeah, and I'm like, oh. And Kyle's kind of double. I'm strike. Not this time, repeat. So then he gets the 3-2. Goes the ball. Pujols tosses his bat to the side and strikes out. Kyle stares at him as he's running down to first base. Not this time, repeat. But coaching is not just about teaching and playing a game. It's about building relationships on and off the field. Relationships last. Every year, as I was coaching, there was always 1 or 2 freshmen that I would pick out because for me, I wanted to see what they would turn out to be. I wanted to see athletically, maturity, where they would end up. And Kyle was one of those kids. And I'm proud to say that I could be more pleased with the man that he's become. And I'm honored to be able to call him a friend. Kyle, thank you.
Sorry to move the mic up. Thank you, Coach Giraldi. I can't begin to explain how cool it is to hear such nice words from a guy who used to make me run for missing a punt sign. In all reality, Coach, though, you're probably one of the most influential people in my life. I can't thank you enough. I'll do my best in a bit.
To my fellow Hall of Fame inductees, how cool is it to be up here with y'all? I'm honored and humbled to be inducted with such awesome athletes, but even better human beings. To my coaches here at St. Michael's, particularly Coach Mackie Smith, Coach Rhett Revere, Coach Calvin Feraldi, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Coach Mackie Smith and I had a relationship that I would call fun, and he might call difficult. I was a pain in the you-know-what, but you gave me space to struggle, succeed, and learn in my own way. And I take that coaching style with the kids that I work with. Coach Rhett was the first baseball player drafted from St. Michael's, two-time state championship, and it really was a shame that I never got to see him play. But don't worry, Rhett let me know plenty of times how good he was. Only kidding. Not really. But Rhett taught me that kind of confidence was necessary to be successful in the game of baseball. You have to be great, and you have to believe that you're great no matter what. And Coach Feraldi taught me more baseball than I could possibly remember. He taught me that the mental side of the game was just as important, if not more important, than the physical. The truth is, I probably listened to Coach Feraldi a heck of a lot more after I left St. Michael's. That was the incredible thing about you, Coach. You never missed a call of mine. While at A&M or climbing the minor leagues, or even when I was playing ball in Japan, you're always just one phone call away. And to this day, that still means more than anything to me. To my dad here, Ken, thank you isn't good enough. Thank you for beating me in checkers, chess, Monopoly, Candyland when I was young. In that, you created my will to win. Thank you for all the sacrifices you and my mom made along my journey. Countless hours spent in the car driving tournaments and games, the millions of ground balls you hit me, even the amount of Pizza Hut we crushed in the car. It was all a sacrifice out of love, thank you. To my wife, Holly, you probably wouldn't like me in high school. You barely liked me in college at first. But thank you for always supporting my major league dream. While this is a high school Hall of Fame, my dreams of playing baseball beyond college might have stopped without you pushing me. Now to the current students here at St. Mike's, if I can leave y'all with one thing, it's this: dream big. Dream so big that it scares you. And once you've dreamed it, don't be afraid to share those dreams with others. Talking about those dreams gets you one step closer to achieving them. Thank you.
One more time for Hall of Famer Conway. Up next for induction, Daniel Rollator. And speaking on his behalf, alumni Ian Mooney.
Good evening, my name is Ian Mooney, a fellow St. Michael graduate. It's an honor and a privilege to be here tonight to celebrate all the inductees, honor them, and put a big spotlight on all their achievements. If you know Dan, he isn't much for individual praises. If he's ever recognized for his accomplishments, he always finds this way to deflect, make it about his team, make it about the community, his family, his coaches. And knowing Dan, he kind of gets awkward when he gets praised quite a bit. So this isn't going to be fun for you. But we're here to celebrate you and all the other inductees and honor you. And Dan was just dominant at his sport. It was pretty impressive, not just at the city level, state level, but also nationally in high school. I'm going to rattle off a handful of his achievements, and these are just a few that he accomplished while he was at St. Michael's. Dan not only won state in 2002, 2003, 2004 in the 100-yard butterfly and the 100-yard backstroke, but he also set tap state records for those events. Nationally, he was a 3-time All-American in the butterfly, 2-time All-American in the backstroke. In 2001, Dan posted the fastest high school prep time in the nation for the 100-yard breaststroke, and the second fastest time in the nation for the 100-yard butterfly. As you guys can imagine, any university, every D1 program in the country wanted Dan to be a part of the team. And to no surprise, thankfully he chose Texas. Where our bond as friends, and he and I got to continue our athletic journey as fellow student athletes on the 40 acres. And I think if you guys know how many Olympians went through Texas, it was quite impressive to see Dan hit the water running. I'm a basketball guy, I don't know how to do this. But immediately he started to contribute and lead on that team. He's a 3-time All-American, 3-time All-American honorable mention. He won the Big 12 championship 4 different times, 11-time Big 12 conference. And then I think probably the most important award Dan received was he was 2-time tri-team captain for swimming and diving. I think it's pretty obvious Dan excelled in the pool, and that drive continued on land, that's what it is, and in the community. And one of the things that I remember while being at Texas with Dan is every year they ask every athletic director to select one student that best represents and embodies what a student athlete is. And Dan and I were at Texas when it was Rich Young, Colt McCoy, Houston Street, and a whole bunch of big names. And the criteria was you have to excel in the classroom, you have to thrive in the community, and you have to be excellent at your sport. And the Lost Odds selected out of every student athlete at the University of Texas in 2004, he selected Dan Rowe. You're probably thinking, like, did you check that community service box? And it makes me laugh. I'm thinking of the required service hours we used to have to do here, and every year they increased and increased and increased, and you're kind of like, how am I going to get these done? I think it's truly a blessing how that imprinted on Dan and folks like myself to really, truly value what it means to give back and serve the community. And Dan, and it's not just 1 or 2 things that he was involved in college. I think I was looking through the list here that was there. It's Coach for Kids, Feast for Sharing, Marathon Kids, Longhorn, Neighborhood Longhorn, and Orange Santa. It wasn't just one. He constantly led and really gave back. And that's all great and stuff. And I think just lastly, I think I'd be remiss. One of the reasons why he and I share a close bond is we've unfortunately had the hardship of losing an older brother. And I think through the friendship that we built here, our faith, our family, we found a way to support each other. And I can personally attest that this honor tonight is not deserved just because of Dan's vast accomplishments in the pool, in the classroom, in the community, but because of the friend he is, the son, the brother, the husband, and the father that he is today. So, therefore, it is my distinct honor and privilege, my dear friend, Dan Rowe.
Thanks very much to Ian. Ian was a leader at this school, so when this gym opened in 2002, Ian was the student body president. He gave the first address in these walls to the student body at that time, so this is a great honor. He's been a great friend over the years, somebody I always looked up to, and somebody deep down I knew I could beat one-on-one in basketball if we got down to it. We never got that chance. This is a great honor. Thank you very much for that. And to the St. Michael's community. This place is in a great spot just touring around. Glad to know that the future days look very bright. It's great to see the educators that are here who helped me
along the way. Seeing this spread here, it's great to see you and have your support, and Coach Cook as well. It's great to see you here. And I have great friends who are here today, who served as outlets for me outside of the pool. So thank you very much for being here. I just want to thank my family. I wouldn't be standing here without them. Swimming is an individual sport, but my mom Giselle always felt like you were my best teammate. It was you organizing swim meets or summer swim teams in our living room, or driving us around the DC area or the state of Texas for swim meets. You were forced to listen to a lot of bad 90s rock music, so thank you for doing that. My father Steve, who can't be here today, he was the man behind the camera. He was also a board member here. This community means a lot to him. I wouldn't be standing here receiving this honor without my dad. My parents always let swimming be my thing. They pretended to not know my times or what meets we were going to, so that I could feel like I owned it as a teenager. That was very important to me. I want to thank my coaches, Randy Reese, who was the brother of Eddie Reese, a longtime coach in Texas. He was my high school coach, and if you ever drive by Circle C, you'll see some tall, pulley equipment that we used to hook up 100-pound weight belts and swim across the pool. He taught me the value of hard work. He was a great teacher. Taught me about the profits of hard work. Come later, but not immediate. I want to thank my older brother Eric, who's not here. He was my role model during my high school and college years. He was somebody I could always talk to. And in high school, he got in trouble. He was forced to come to my swim meets. So I want to thank him. These things can be 5 hours long. I want to thank him for his constant support over the years. And to my sister Kathleen, the sister of 3 brothers, you always, your graduate year in 2008, you always had a quiet confidence. Where we're at today, I'm glad that quiet part is gone. And you lead our family from the front. Your positivity really tethered us together and kept us moving. So I'm proud of you. I want to say thank you to my younger brother, Matthew, who I'd like to think I taught how to catch football at age 2. I had him in route tree at age 4. And I quickly was able to determine you had the hand-eye coordination in the family. Watching you play here in 2008 and 2009 was a thrill for me. I've watched a lot of athletes over the years. My favorite athlete, board number 21 here in 2009. I'm proud that you're my brother. Stay low, keep your feet moving, like we always say. I want to thank my wife, Joanna. Thank you for your love and support. Without you, I think this is a great honor. I'm very proud to be here today. But, being a father, being a parent with you is the greatest honor in life. Just to sum up, thank you very much again to the St. Michael's community. This is an absolute thrill. And Mr. Black, I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for this community. You've been a pillar here. You've had the ability to directly and sincerely provide guidance with one book or just 2 words. That's hard for a great educator. Thank you very much for everything you've done to impact thousands of students at this institution. So thank you all very much. Have a good night.
He's a Hall of Famer, Daniel Rowan. Up next for induction, St. Michael's alum, Jameson Houston. But before we invite his inductee speakers up, Jameson, we have a special message from somebody in your life. If you will please take a look at the screen, Mr. Cottrell, please, lights.
Hey everybody, this is Matt Wool. I'm the head coach of the University of Nebraska football. I was formerly the head coach at Baylor University, where I had the tremendous privilege and honor of coaching Jameson, where we're just so absolutely proud of you going into the Hall of Fame, not only for all that you accomplished in high school, in college, and at the next level in the professional ranks, but also for the person you are, the student you are, the father you are, and I'm proud to say that I was your coach. Congratulations.
Now inducting Jameson Houston, former Director of Athletics Angelique Cunningham, and former track and field coach Jeff Cunningham.
Good evening. My name is Angelique Cunningham, and I was Jameson's track coach back in the day, not that long ago. There's so many things, so many stories I can share about Jameson. I love him like a son. So there's so many stories I can pick from, but I'm going to tell you this one particular story that will tell you how dedicated this young man is. People, I've coached several people here, track, know that I'm a very passionate coach. Let's go with passionate. And I'd like to have a lot of Saturday practices. When we did not have a track meet, we will have Saturday practice so we can stay sharp, work on our handoffs. So we had a practice Friday afternoon. I said we have practice tomorrow morning. All the kids said okay. He said, Coach, I'm not going to be there. And I go, what? He's like, I have practice. I'm like, yeah, track practice here. He goes, no, I have basketball practice. I'm like, basketball practice? Basketball is not in season. I'm all for multiple sport athletes, but basketball is not in season. And he goes, well, it's not school basketball, it's club basketball. And I go, what? You're missing my practice for club basketball? Smoke was coming out of my ears apparently, and fire, and my then team captain walked up, who's here tonight, told me, Coach, calm down, and I'll make sure he's at practice. And I'm like, stepped away. So Walker took care of it. Jameson, happy still? He gave Jameson a ride, or Jameson spent the night there, and everything was fine. Now we're proceeding through the season. We're ranked number 1 in the state in the 4x2 in some of our events. So it is now coming up to the regional meet. So I'm like, hey, we're going to have Saturday practice. James says, Coach, no can do. And I'm like, excuse me? I see laugh. He knows what's going. And you better. And somebody give you a ride. And he says, my dad has to work. I don't know. I live on the other side of town. I don't think I'm going to make it. And I said, listen, I don't think you understand. We are number 1 in the state. You need to be at practice. I don't care how you do it. Saturday rolls around. I'm down at the track. All the athletes are there. And I see Jameson come down. I'm like, oh my God, who made it? We had an amazing practice. Amazing. We ran one of the fastest times in practice. So I was like, so happy. So I walk up to James and I'm like, thank you so much for being here. And I said, how did you get to ride with somebody? He goes, yeah, I caught a ride. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I caught a ride. I'm like, okay. And he's like, I gotta go, bye. And I'm like, okay. So talked to Walker, my team captain. I was like, oh my God, so awesome. Jameson was here. How did he get here? Walker looks at me and says, he caught a ride. And I said, with who? And Walker says, don't worry about it. He was at practice, right? And I was like, okay. So then I'm walking out the parking lot and I see Jameson Houston driving away in a car by himself at the age of 15. And I told my team captain Walker, I'm like, oh my gosh, freaking out, oh my gosh. He goes, he was here, right? Look at the bright side. He was here, we had a great practice. This is exactly what you wanted. And I'm like, oh my God, not like that, but yes. Anyways, I just wanted to share this story because it tells you exactly what kind of athlete that he is and what kind of person he is. Because I am definitely so happy he was at that practice. because 2 weeks later at the state meet, we ran the 4x2 and broke the all-time state record, tap state record. As a freshman, he got first place in the 4x2, he got second in 200 and second in the 4x4. His sophomore year, first in the 4x2 broke the state record, first in the 4x4 state record, second in the 200. Junior year, first in the 200. Senior year, first in the 100, first in the 4x2 meter relay, new state record, first in the 200, new state record. What is so to this day, Jameson Houston holds 4 school records: the 100, the 200, the 4x2, together with his team captain friend Walker Druitt, and the mile relay. The 4x2 record is the one I really want to talk about. That is the all-time state record ever run, all classification in taps. So it's not just good for taps, it was really good. That is the longest record standing. The 4x2 and the 200 are the all-time records standing in the 46 years TAPS has been in existence. % of the races that he ran at the state meet, he broke the state record. He has 7 state titles with 5 state records. It is unbelievable what he has accomplished. Now, I don't condone breaking the law in any sort of way. I guess I should have clarified better what I meant, but it just is a clear demonstration of his desire to be there, his dedication to work, and his excellence in track. And here's the funny thing. He could have gone D1 in track in many, many, many schools. But track was just one of his sports. His other sport was football.
And I can't stand still because I've got ADD, so I have to walk around. So when Jameson showed up here when he was 14 years old, the talent was oozing from every pore in his body. And I think Coach Ortiz recognized it. Coach Smith, you're out here somewhere, you recognized it. Everybody who was here, Coach Schrawley, everybody in the athletic department recognized that. This is Texas football's king. Let's not get it twisted, okay? And every kid in every small town in America wants to, quote, go D1, and then only the most delusional actually believe that they're going to play snap in the NFL. And Jameson was blessed to be part of a community that provided scaffolding, spiritual leadership, fostered academic excellence, and provided the opportunities to excel athletically. One of the challenges being St. Michael's, and we could go ahead and be pretty frank about it, is getting other people to recognize the value what St. Michael's brings to all of our lives. One of the things that I always tell people, and I coached here in, I guess, a couple, maybe 3 stints over the course of about 16, 17 years, was that every single one of these kids here had far more to teach me than I ever taught them. I've coached 34 Druids and about 78 HODAPs here. And every single one of those kids taught me something. Jameson Houston taught me about dreams coming true. Jameson Houston taught Coach Ortiz about dreams coming true. Coach Smith, Coach Raleigh, and Coach C, and me, we were all here. We all saw it. But how do you get other people to see it? Because when you're at South Lake Carroll, or
you're at Austin Westlake, or you're at Lake Travis. They can't get there fast enough. And here we are tucked away over here on Barton Creek Boulevard, and we're screaming it from the rooftops. This kid can play. This kid can play. Oh, Mike McNamara's not here tonight. And Mike McNamara cut up a video. There's this ghastly 10-hour-long video of Tap State track meet. And you have to know exactly where your kid is to even find him in the video. Well, Walker Druitt and Mike McNamara got together and they cut this piece of clip up. And we forced it down collegiate football coaches' throats. He won the state championship by damn near 20 meters in the 200-meter dash his junior year, people. That doesn't happen. And it took one defensive secondary coach at Baylor University to literally drop his cup of coffee at breakfast. Brian Norwood ran that over to the defensive coordinator's office and said, "Coach, you got to see this." "Where's that kid from?" "St. Michael's." "Where's that?" "Austin." Well, fast forward to the next fall. We had Bob Stoops running through the halls here. We had Bill Snyder, Kansas State, falling all over himself, trying to get Jameson to switch his commitment the day before National Signing Day. "I'll let you play wide receiver. You come to Manhattan, Kansas. You can play anything you want." That's how bad Kansas State wanted him. And I went to Baylor. Angelique went to Baylor. And Baylor came a-calling. And Jameson ended up signing with Baylor University. At St. Michael's, he was first-team All-State as a junior in high school. As a senior in high school, he was first-team All-State in football. He was first-team Super Centex as chosen by sports writers of the Austin American Statesman. He goes on to Baylor, plays in 4 bowl games, wins 3 of them, starts in the Big 12 championship game, and starts in the Sugar Bowl against the University of Georgia. And this is a kid who came from East Austin with a dream. This is a kid who came to St. Michael's with a dream. This is a kid who got to the very top of college football, playing for Division Big 12 championships, playing in BCS bowls. And so my message for any St. Michael's athlete out here, and I see a lot of you parents, I've coached a lot of your kids, is beat Jameson Houston. We spend so much time talking about what's realistic that we begin to confuse pessimism and realism. Jameson Houston taught me far more than anything Angelique and I taught him as track coaches, whereas Coach Ortiz caught him as a football coach. Right? Jameson Houston is one of the greatest athletes to ever grace a track or a football field in Tap State history. And I'll never forget the night that you ran out on the field playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. I haven't cried a whole lot sitting in my living room, but I sure did. And I'll never forget the time when you started against SMU, you got your first start, redshirt freshman year. I was sitting right next to that clown back there. I think you cried too a little bit, did you? But I do have one bone to pick. Everybody knows that was an interception against the University of Texas. Everybody knows. Go on the internet. Hashtag Jameson caught it. Congratulations, Hall of Famer.
probably going to go to Austin High. They got me to come here. It wasn't easy. Not at all. Good times on my bed. The list goes on. Mr. Wag, teams, and along with the page. The list just goes on. Miss T, giving me free lunch sometimes, So, I just want to come here and say thank you. Lost the word. Thank you, Joe.
One of the all-time greats, Jameson Houston. Up next for induction, alum Selena Scott Winbush. Speaking for Selena is former Lady Crusader head coach, basketball coach, and 6-time state champion coach, Dave Cook.
First off, I'd like to say that congratulations to our inductees. I knew you all very well, and I can attest to anybody that doesn't know, these people were legit, and a ton of fun to watch. So congratulations. This story really begins 30 years ago. I was at my dad's house in South Austin, and it was a hot, hot summer day. And I looked out the window, and my mailman was walking across the yard, and he was suffering. I mean, they're back in polyester suit uniforms, and I thought, dude, this guy might die. And so I knocked on the window and said, you want a drink? You want to come in? And he said, yeah, I'll come in. And so he came in, and we introduced ourselves, and I told him that I was a basketball coach at St. Michael's and a teacher. And he said he had played some basketball and done some stuff with youth and done some refereeing. And that's how I met Mark Dungy. And a couple months later, I'm at the Westlake ball league game that our girls used to do to prepare. And I'm walking through the parking lot, and Mark comes up. He goes, hey, Coach, you got a second? I said, yeah, what's going on? He goes, look, I'm friends with the family, and they have a 7th grade daughter. And I think this kid would be a really good fit for what you guys are doing out there at St. Michael's. I said, great. I said, just have the mom call the school, call the admissions office. We'll set up a shadow visit. I'll do the shadow visit when they get here, and that'd be great. I said, thanks a lot. So as I'm walking off, he goes, oh, wait a minute, Coach. This girl can go. I'm like, okay, right. So the shadow visit comes, the stats came in, they're all dressed in their Sunday best, and I'm showing Selena and Tosh, and Brittany was just a baby. We're walking through the campus, and I pulled the mom aside, the Selena aside, I said, I want you to understand something. When it comes to academics out here, we don't play games. I don't play games as a coach, and the school didn't play games. And Selena's mom's response was, Coach, my daughter's an A student, and when it comes to her education, I don't play games. And so I knew something special was about to come. So she also said on the way out the door, hey, if I give you a schedule, would you come watch my girl play? I said, of course. Keep in mind, she's in 7th grade. And so I go to the game, and I kind of play, doing myself to the side. And by the end of the warm-up, I was at the edge of my seat. And by halftime, all I could think of was, damn, Dungy went lying, this girl can go. I'd like to tell you tonight that, oh yeah, Selena came in my program raw, and we developed her into this super athlete. Because Selena Scott in 7th grade was better than any athlete I'd ever coached. And she's better than any athlete I'd ever coached against. And that is a true story. So it's a long 2 years to get her here. She finally gets here. And I'll give you just a little foundation as she arrives to school. The Lady Crusaders weren't the Little Sisters of the Poor. We were an established program, we were good. But there was a huge gap between what we were doing and what the really good public schools were doing. We couldn't quite compete with the really good public schools. The minute this girl walked on our campus, that changed. And so the first game we ever played, or she ever played, the whole campus is buzzing about this superstar little freshman we have. And we're playing Lake Travis, and we're playing in the old gym. Packed house, standing room only. Everybody wants to see this superstar freshman. Halftime, the score is Lake Travis 28, St. Michael's 15. Selena has 3 points. And she's uptight, she's frustrated, and I told her half, I said, Selena, we're going to beat Lake Travis, whether your game improves in the second half or not, okay? But you just need to relax and play. High school is no different than what you've done. Just relax and play, and you're going to be fine. Quit worrying so much. The second half, she scored 30 points and had 8 assists, and we blew Lake Travis off the field. And that ushered in the Selena Scott era on the Crusader campus. So her freshman year ended, we had 2 major victories that year. We beat Dripping Springs twice, and they were the number one 3A school in the state. And that's why I'm telling you about the gap closing between us and the really good public schools. But something even neater happened. USA Today came out and had Selena Scott as one of the top 5 freshmen in the United States after her freshman year. So her career continues. We move on, and one problem I'm having in practice was I don't have anybody that can guard her. So I tried Coach Kane, okay? Still didn't have anybody that could guard her. And so as time went on, something kind of evolved with Selena. She was this mega athlete and had this burning desire to win, but she really developed into a leader. She was a great student, but now she was becoming a leader. And she was so humble, oh my goodness, and so classy that the kids just wanted to follow her. And that's kind of what I remember about her the most. She's just this freakish athlete, but she was so nice and so doggone classy. Anyway, by the time Selena graduated, the record her 4 years while she was here was 120-11. We won 9 public school tournaments, of which she was MVP of most of them. 2 state championships. She was 4-time first team all-district, 4-time first team all-state. Austin American States named her the Central Texas Player of the Year, which I don't know if that's happened before or since for a St. Michael's kid. And most importantly, Parade Magazine came out and named her All-American. So she was one of the top 20 high school girls basketball players in the nation when she left here. Goes to Kansas, and starts as point guard for Kansas for 4 years. And my best memory about that is that she played the University of Texas 11 times and beat them 9 of the 11 times. Which the only time I ever pulled against the University of Texas. I will let everybody know that. But that was really cool. And there's no doubt in my mind she could have played in the WNBA, but she had debilitating shin splints the last couple of years of her junior, senior year, and it just got so painful that he be rested, and she said, I'm going to give this thing up. So she graduated, got her both her undergraduate and graduate degree. She married the star running back of the football team, Dave Wimbush, who's here tonight, and kind of formed this power couple on the Jayhawks campus, and then went into coaching. And for the last 20 years, she's been a basketball coach in the state of Texas. And what's remarkable about it is she's been district coach of the year at 3 different schools, which really is remarkable when you think about it. And speaking of that, 20 years, have you ever coached an All-American? I have. With that said, I look over at Mark Dungy and his group that were known as the Berkshire Boys. And they're not boys at all. These are men that mentored Selena at a very young and impressionable age. And I hope tonight brings you a sense of pride for the role you played in that. And Paulette, you gave your daughter one of the great gifts a mother can give their daughter. You gave her pride. Pride in who she is and where she came from. Let me explain to you, when Selena came to the school, she was 14 years old and didn't know anybody. Her religion was different. Her race was different. Her socioeconomic status was different. And she leaves here 4 years later, the most accomplished athlete we've ever had, and far more important, one of the most beloved students that ever walked the campus. The teachers loved her. The students loved her. Her opponents loved her. And the other coaches loved her. I mean, she was just that classy. And that was a real gift, Paulette, that you gave your daughter. And finally, Selena, the world is just littered with kids that have great mentors and great opportunities in Blewett. You had all these opportunities, and you took advantage of every single one of them. And you did it with hard work, and you did it with class. Okay? And by doing so, you made a name for yourself. And I can promise you the name Selena Scott means something to the community at St. Michael's Academy. Okay? And I can promise you that it means something to your sister Tosh, who we lost 2 years ago, and you were just such a great mentor to her. And I know it meant something to her. And I can assure you that the name Selena Scott means something to this old guy standing before you today. And I'm thinking about something to get you when you come up here. And I thought, well, you're a coach. I'll just give you my game board that I used for all those years. But I forgot that it accidentally got broken in a game against Dripping Springs, so that's not good. So what I came up with was the girls years ago gave me this. And it's a tie that I wore for all the big games over the years. And a lot of times it didn't end up around my neck by the time the game was ended. It was thrown somewhere. But the point is that the years I spent coaching the Lady Crusaders was one of the great chapters of my life. And this is one of the great keepsakes that I have from that time. And there's nobody I can imagine that is more deserving of this little keepsake than Selena, who really changed my life as a coach, changed the trajectory of the school, where it was going with women's athletics. And I just can't say enough good things about her. So, Selena Scott.
I'm one of those people that like to speak impromptu because I don't want it to sound scripted. But first and foremost, I got to thank God, because without Him, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I know He had this amazing script planned out for me from the very beginning. And that's because my mom instilled a lot of those I had a very good spiritual upbringing. So after God, I would like to thank my mom. I'm just like her. And I don't know if that's good or bad sometimes, but she's really shaped and molded me into the woman that I am today. Without her, nothing that I've accomplished or anything that I've done would be possible. I know sometimes she doesn't feel appreciated because I'm kind of a loner. A lot of times I'm not good at making phone calls. But I want to tell you, Mom, I love you. I adore you, and I can't thank God enough for you. My baby sister, Natasha, My sister passed away, like Coach Cook said, almost 3 years ago now. And it's been rough for our family, but everybody's coping the best way they can. And I know she's looking down, proud as ever. And I know she would be one of the first people here if she was here today. So I want to thank Jeff, my dad, and actually met him here and hooked him and my mom up, by the way. So I didn't, I was a matchmaker too, outside of all these accomplishments with basketball. But, he's been the best thing that's happened to my mom, besides me. And, but without them, our family wouldn't flow the way it does. I want to thank my husband. I can't believe this. We've been married almost 18 years now. I know I don't look my age, Brett. But I can't thank him enough for all the love and support that he's given me. Being a coach and having a spouse can sometimes be taxing on your relationship because of time. And I'm I like to win, so I'm gonna do what's necessary to be successful. And he puts up with a lot of the craziness that I bring or don't bring if I'm not home. So thank you, David. I want to thank my in-laws. It's an inside thing. My husband thinks that his dad loves me more than him sometimes, and his mom too, truth be told. But they've been amazing. And my brother-in-law, Chris, the announcer, the actor, he brings the comedy, so I can't thank you enough. I have so many people here, so I'm going to thank each and every one of them because without each of these people, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine where I would be. So I want to thank Paul, Quentin, Cherish, my niece, that's Tasha's guard, her babies, Brian, Aunt Marjorie. Oh, Aunt Marjorie. I'm a lot like her too. I tell it like it is. The Elliots, brother and sister Elliot, Jimmy, my best friend, my good friend Naya, TJ, Crystal, can you come up here? Oh, I didn't see William, Tavia, Duncan, I know you're here. I can't see this. I know this is off script, but I'm gonna have her stand with me because she's kind of been like the Tasha for me because she's one of my assistant coaches on staff and she was a part of one of my state championships here. But with my teammates, Casey, I know you're here. I can't see anybody else, but oh, there you go. But I want to dedicate this to my sister. I'm sorry. She got on my nerves, like, all the time. And, but she did look up to me a lot, and I tried to be a good example for them, and I hope that I have been and was. I'm not gonna go there. Okay, I don't want to break down. So I just want to say, for all you young kids, people that have been through St. Michael's, these fellow Hall of Famers, we've come from all different walks of life, all different places. But one thing that we all have in common is we had grit. First we had God, but we had grit. We were accountable, and we sacrificed a lot. Nobody gave us anything. We worked hard for it all. And I know it's easy to say sometimes when people are looking at you, but at the end of the day, can you honestly say that you put your best foot forward every day? As a coach, I really try to mimic Coach Cook. He doesn't know that, but I do. I take my team on team bonding trips, just like he did for me. I talk to them about grades. Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm gonna tell this story. when I was in high school, I really didn't care too much about academics. I was smart, but I was like, all I need is a 2.5 to make, to get a scholarship and make a 920 on the SAT. Literally, that's all I was trying to do, get a 2.5. And then he challenged me in a way that made me grow. He told me not to tell the story, but I'm gonna tell it. He said, Selena, can you do better than 2.5? I was like, Coach, all I need is 2.5. I'm good. He was like, I'll buy you an outfit, head to toe, if you can make a 3.0. I made a 3.5. Do you want to know if I got the outfit? No, I didn't. Oh, I got it. I just got it. You know, I could go on for days and days about how good St. Michael's was for me and how I really didn't want to come here. That's the honest God truth. I got to the driveway and my mom was like, get out the car. I was like, I'm not going here. I'm going with my friends. Get out the car. I was like, so then she gave me this face that she gives when she means business, and I got out the car. Needless to say, as I became a teacher and a coach, I realized what she did for me was amazing, because this was the best place that I could have been growing up, being surrounded by the people that I was around. And so I just want to thank all of you, Dev, Cooper. Oh, I'm sorry I ducked and dodged your phone calls for a long time. But this is a tremendous honor that I can't thank everybody here enough for being in attendance for. That being said, I love everybody, and I guess I can come around a little bit more. That's sad that I've been here that many years, but this is a good reason to come back, so thank you.
Hall of Famer Selena Scott Williams. And now for our final inductee, Mitch Morris. Speaking on his behalf, former Crusader football coach Ben Ortiz. I wore this jacket for Stanchik. He used to always call it my Hall of Fame jacket. So it's neat to hear Selena and Daniel's story because a lot of the students, when I was here, often looked up to both of you as they walk through these hallways. And so hearing your dedication and everything that you accomplished really pushed these other three to where they are today, too. So kudos to both of you. Selena, I'm also really glad you cried a little bit. Everybody, all coaches already know that I coach with. I'm a crier. I'll probably don't cry. I did actually prepare myself. I'm incredibly honored to introduce the next inductee. For advice to the audience, I would like to begin by quoting the famous cartoonist Harry Hirschfield. Harry stated, "My job is to talk, and your job is to listen. If you finish first, please let me know." All jokes aside, the person I'm introducing doesn't really need an introduction. Most people are aware of the big guy. If you didn't already know, he is a professional football player, drafted 49th overall by the Kansas City Chiefs in 2015. He played 4 years in Kansas City before earning one of the highest paid contracts for a center in the National Football League. The team that offered him this contract was the Buffalo Bills. Go Bills!
who desired protection for their franchise quarterback. He protected that franchise player very well for 5 outstanding seasons. In fact, in 2022, he was selected to the Pro Bowl, which identifies the player as one of the best at his position. I watched an interview that he did with Chris Long, where Chris referred to a quote from his lovely wife, Katie, where she stated, "I wonder if he would defend my honor the way he defends Josh." Hilarious, brother. However, it does express how well he protected Josh Allen over the course of 5 seasons. Now he will join the Jacksonville Jaguars to protect their franchise quarterback and improve the offensive line play for a team who watched their playoff chances dwindle due to a lack of production up front. I assure you, the Jaguars picked the right person for the job. But how did we actually get here? The first Captain football experience he had was right here at St. Michael's Catholic Academy. He began at St. Michael's wanting to be a quarterback or a wide receiver. Typical for a teenager wanting to play football. Coach Ed McCabe, who's here with us this evening, had the most difficult job. Coach McCabe had to convince this young man that playing offensive line was cool. While McCabe delivered the important message, I don't think Mitch was fully convinced and talked with his parents about not playing. Being supportive of their son and the coaching staff at St. Michael's, Catherine and Kevin convinced him to try for 1 year. If he didn't find any enjoyment, then his parents would support the decision to no longer play. Well, I guess he found some enjoyment. And the coaches and other players all benefited from his decision. We had a ton of success during that time, attributable primarily to his unselfish decision to try something new. Every good football coach knows football games are won in the trenches. We won a lot of football games because of his work up front. From St. Michael's, Mitch was recruited by the Missouri Tigers and flourished in college, becoming a real standout at the collegiate level. Hence why he was drafted so early by the Kansas City Chiefs. His football career is quite impressive. However, football does not define him. It is actually a very small piece of what I know about him. Told you it's kind of out of my field. I had the privilege of attending Kairos with him and learned so much more about this young man. He is an amazing father and husband, a generous friend and colleague, and a caring son and brother. In the media, I often see his teammates describe him as the nicest guy in the room. And in 2023, he was the Buffalo Bills nomination for the Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award. In truth, the Bible's description of love in 1 Corinthians describes him better, demonstrating his connection to his faith. This is what I personally enjoy about him and what I think should be highlighted by his induction. See if you would agree. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. when I think of you in my life, this is Mitch Morris. Your actions demonstrate this magnitude of love. So please, my good friend, never forget the words of Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. You always make me and everyone around you feel special. Thank you for being a true friend. Please help me welcome Big Love himself, Mitch Morris.
We've been here for a while, so I'll get us out of here. I'd be remiss to not talk about my family in attendance here, my aunts, my uncles, my father, my grandfather, my grandmother, my son, who's been making a dramatic entrance and exit tonight, and my daughter and my wife, who in this profession I chose to pursue, it's probably sacrificed the most. She's had to move every 6 months for the last 6 years, and she's done it with grace. I love you and I appreciate that very much. It is an honor to be up here, have this experience, but I think it would be lost if I wasn't experiencing this with some of my peers. St. Michael's hasn't been the longest established institution, but it's got quite the reputation for athletics. And it's not fair to point out one individual, but I'm going to do it anyways. When I was here, Selena Scott was the gold standard for St. Michael's athletics. I wish I got her those flowers, but I just held on to them while she gave her speech. But I know you hate that, but it's the truth. So take that how you want. I had no idea of what my high school experience would entail. I went to a small feeder school, if you want to call it, St. Austin's. I know there's a few alums here. A lot more alums than I thought. That's sweet. But I can tell you, after those 4 years, they exceeded all my expectations. Not so much on the field per se, but I would say mostly off the field. Whether it's with my friends, with my son, Buddy? There goes dramatic entrances and plays and telling. But with my coaches, all of whom I've gotten to know, Giraldi, I'll talk about him a little bit. You won't like it either. Ortiz, McCabe, all these guys. It's just the drama department. My first true love was actually the high school musical, weirdly enough. I wasn't any good, but I loved the hell out of it. And to be honest, if it didn't coincide with football, I probably would have quit football in my sophomore season and pursued that. And just people would like to see that. I'm glad I didn't do that. I played sports to make friends here. It's the truth. We did strength conditioning camp where they kicked the hell out of us. But I found that in any sport, any facet of life, you find that those you share those miserable moments with, you grow fonder with, and you grow tighter too. I think of practices I threw up and all that stuff. During the moment, it was a nightmare, but afterwards, you kind of talk smack to each other about how awesome that was and how we established that, and that was pretty sweet. St. Mike's gave me the opportunity to go outside my comfort zone and play football. I never played football until I got here. Conceptually, I had no idea what to do. I knew there was someone who threw the football, someone who caught it, and someone who kicked it. But
the cool thing about St. Mike's was it gave me the opportunity to not care, be free, have fun. My friends gave me hell for not knowing what I was doing, but I enjoyed it. I was out there in freshman football with Shirley, which was an experience in itself. Learning the ins and outs of what to do and what not to do with a very patient man. It's full of grace and love. Who I do owe a lot to, and a quick side story, when I went professional, he was the only guy that came up to me and goes, "It's not all it's cracked up to be." It's not. I can't tell anyone else I can, so I actually can't. But going to my sophomore season, it was like a cliche football movie. I wanted to play football. I wanted to be on the field on Friday nights. And Ed McCabe was in the crowd here, and he had the wherewithal to bring a kid who wasn't doing much as a freshman receiver, running 5'40", with terrible hands. And he said, "Why don't you come on over here and play offensive line?" I said, "No." And but it took some convincing, and I did, and it was the greatest thing that could ever happen to me. Out of all the coaches that have coached me in a position, I've not learned more football from any other coach than Coach Ed McCabe. So I appreciate you very much for taking me under your wing, and I owe a lot to you, my friend, and I appreciate you making it out tonight. Among other coaches on his staff, Aaron Stanchik, Coach Panalone, you guys met Coach Ortiz, who's a powerful figure, a man who spiritually is ever present. People gravitate towards this man. And you can always, you know when people are putting on a facade, and you kind of read through it, and you also know the people who are extremely genuine, and you're gravitating towards them. And he's one of those men who you gravitate towards too immediately, and a man you want in your corner, not only in football or in life, but in math, because he's really good at math. And he's good at math. I mean, he's damn good at math. And along with that, I could speak the whole night about David Ortiz, or Coach Ortiz, not David Ortiz, because that's a baseball player. Ben Ortiz. I love you, my friend, and I appreciate those kind words earlier. It means a ton. I had no aspirations of playing at the next level. I just wanted to have fun, go out there, fly around, have a little fun with my friends. And my parents gave me the opportunity to play sport freely. They told me to just go out there, let it loose, have some fun. Don't take yourself too seriously either, but play for your teammates. Don't let them down. And I did that, and the opportunities just presented themselves, and so on and so forth. So that's something I think is lost in today's youth, is having fun in sport. Parents, if you have young kids, make sure to preach fun first. Let the professionals not have fun at their lives at times. Don't let the youth of today not have fun playing sports, because if I didn't have fun, I wouldn't be here. In conclusion, there's a lot of people that I owe the position my wife and I are in a lot of gratitude, and a lot of them are in this room. I see a bunch of them scattered around. But I also want to thank St. Mike's for giving the opportunity for a shy, balding teenager to come in, be a kid, have fun, make some friends, fly around, and make a lot of good memories while I'm doing it. So I appreciate you guys coming out. I know this is long-winded, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
One more time for Mitch Morris. We've honored our past athletes, and now we move to celebrating people that I work for every day, and the staff of St. Michael's. our current student athletes, and their accomplishments. This has been another excellent year for our student athletes, both on and off the playing field, succeeding in the seasons and in the classroom. We are so proud of their achievements and are pleased to have you here to celebrate with them, together as one community. Now please sit back and enjoy some highlights from this year. Mr. Cottrell, the lights. Now for some recaps of some of the outstanding sports this year. Our football team had a highlight in the homecoming game at St. Joseph Victoria with the game-winning touchdown in the last minutes. This year there were multiple honors also awarded to football players, including 14 All-District Awards, 2 All-State Awards, and 5 academic All-Staters. Utah Anderson was also put on the top 100 Central Texas football players to watch list by the Austin American Statesman. Congratulations, football. Our volleyball team boasted numerous honors in addition to the TAPS Awards, including multiple All-Tournament Team Awards and American Volleyball Coaches Association Awards. The team ended its season as the district champions with an all-time record of 39-10. Maura Mooney and Gabby Spellings reached over 1,000 high school career kills, and Hannah Bergfeld and Rainey Clark reached over 1,000 high school career assists. Well done, volleyball. Our cross-country team had another dominant season, with the girls' team being named district champions and the boys' team finishing 3rd in district. The girls' team finished 2nd at the state championship meet, and the boys team finished in the top 15. Lainey Kalsu was named one of the team's academic all-state members. Congratulations. Our dance team competed in 2 showcases in Leander and Dripping Springs at the end of the year, and the UDA dance camp this summer. Vivi Kroll, Issa Chriselle, and Charlie Vinclair were named All-Americans at the UDA dance camp. And teams had 2 first place and 2 second place finishes, and 4 first place and 1 runner-up finish in the showcases, respectively. They also received academic awards of excellence and first runner-up awards and grand champions in the Dripping Springs competition. Congratulations. Our cheer team competed in the UCA cheer camp and 3 competitions this year, placing second in the game day competition and third in the traditional routine at the UCA North Texas Regionals, 6th place in game day routine in the TAP State Championships, 5th place in UCA December Virtual Challenge. Haley Hallberg, Lainey Webb, Reese Bain, Sophia Buss, and Gabby Messina received All-American honors at the UCA cheer camp. The team also had 4 All-State Award recipients. Well done. Our girls basketball team ended their season as district champions. They went 5-1 in district play and competed in multiple tournaments throughout the season, including a Brentwood tournament and Lake Travis tournament, and competed in the Spring League in Manor. The team has 5 All-District Award recipients. Senior Jordan Dawson was awarded All-District First Team, District Defensive MVP, Second Team All-State, and was named to the All-Academic State Team. Well done. Our boys basketball team had an incredible season, setting a school record in wins, going 34-2, and beating multiple state-ranked teams in the 6A and 5A public school divisions, including Westlake, and they competed in several tournaments, including invite-only tournaments, Thanksgiving Hoop Fest tournaments in Duncanville. The team season ended in the Final Four, but with multiple players being recognized in awards during the season and the tournament. 12 players were named All-District, 6 players were named All-State, 2 were named All-Tournament teams, and 5 were awarded Academic All-State. A.D. DeSue, Bo Ogden were co-district MVP players. Shagif Jankal was Defensive Player of the Year, and Tomas Bruzioni was the District Newcomer of the Year. Incredible season. Our girls soccer team ended their season 13-2-3, competing and excelling in their Concordia and Bluebell tournaments. Lainey Kalsu and Lauren Hill were named top 30 Texas high school girls soccer players to watch by the Austin American-Statesman. And they were also listed in the Statesman's Player of the Week multiple times. The team had 14 all-district members, 3 all-state recipients, and 6 players who were academic all-state. What a year. The boys soccer team had a great run, ending their season as state runner-up with a 18-6-1 overall record. The team made a run in the tournament, defeating Liberty Christian, Legacy Christian, and Grapevine Faith. Heading into the championship game against St. Joseph Brownsville, the team was highly decorated with honors. 15 all-district players, 5 all-state awards, 4 listed all-tournament teams, and 4 academic all-staters. What a year. Our swim team had 15 members and took the podium in multiple regional and state meet events. The team took home 8 top 5 medals in regionals, with Coco Proctor getting first in the girls' 200 individual medley. The girls' team took home 5th place, and the boys' team 6th. At the state meet, Coco Proctor and Andrew Yaheen placed 2nd in the girls' 200 individual medley and the boys' 100 backstroke, respectively. There were 4 swim team members to be awarded academic all-state. Good job. Great season for our tennis team with members appearing in district meets and state championships. In districts, the team was well represented. The girls and boys individually, girls doubles and mixed doubles. Our doubles team qualified for the state tournament this year, with Isa Rangel Medina advancing to the quarterfinals and the state championship bracket for the girls in single play. Well done. Our baseball team ended with 3 seniors continuing their athletic careers in college, 2 first-team all-district honors, and 3 second-team honors. The team competed in multiple tournaments throughout the season, including the TMI tournament, the Lockhart tournament, and Austin ISD. The team ended the season on a high note, winning the last 2 district games against rivals Regents and St. Dominic Savio by 2 runs each. What a year. Our track and field team ended their season with the 2nd place team positions for boys and girls, with 22 events qualifying for regionals and 7 events qualifying for the state meet. Cole Wynn placed 2nd in the pole vault at state, and Ethan Daines 6th place finish in the long jump performances, the boys high jump, girls 100 hurdles, and girls 4x2 meter relay in 7th place, and the boys 4x4 finished in 8th place. Congratulations. The golf team placed in the top 3 this season in their tournaments and taps, with notable finishes from Vicky Hernandez, 2nd place in districts, Bo Burling tied for 1st in the Westlake Fall Invitational. Calvert Lane and Sonny Centrelli were named to the all-tournament team in taps match play golf, which they won, with the team earning the title of champion of the match play in the state of Texas for taps. Congratulations. Our boys lacrosse team had a historic season celebrating the 25th year of the sport at St. Michael's and its best district record in many previous seasons. The team finished 5-1 in district play, finishing 2nd overall. The team competed in Taps Lacrosse Showcase in March and had 2 St. Michael's players named to all tournament teams. Congratulations to both of those, Utah Anderson and Jack Fredrickson. And finally, our girls lacrosse team finished the season last week at the Final Four, with Bridget Bailey, Lucy Lanning, Farron Peterson, and Corinne Tannis named to the TAPS Showcase All-Tournament team. Farron Peterson and Maggie Lewis were named All-State, and 6 additional members of that team were called to the All-District team. Outstanding job, lacrosse. And now I'd like to call to the stage Assistant Athletic Director J.T. Onko to announce our All-District and All-State recipients.
Good evening. At the end of each season, coaches within the district come together to nominate their best players to be on the All-State First Team, Second Team, and an Honorable Mention team. We have 39 First Team members, 23 Second Team members, and 20 Honorable Mentions. If you were awarded with the First Team All-District Team honor, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. If you were awarded the Second Team All-District honor, please stand to be recognized. If you were awarded All-District Honorable Mention, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. All-State recipients. After each season, the coaches of each district champion team from across the state will be in Waco to select the All-State teams. As I read your name, please stand to be recognized. Yuta Anderson, Grace Ben, Ben Brophy, Aiden Su, Lady Kalsu, Maggie Lewis. Lauren Hill. Danny Wong. Maura Mooney. Bo Hawkins. Karen Peterson. Pace Pound. And Peter Overview. As I call your name, please stand to be recognized for the second team All-State honors. Jake Boxerman. Jordan Dawson. Vivian Jacquiniak. Sudip Chinkal. Maggie Lewis. Karen Peterson. Felix Tambellini. Cole Wynn. Gabby Spellers. Carson Summer. Gabby Webb. And Chris Willer. And as I call your name, please stand to be recognized for All-State honorable mention. Hannah Bridgefield. Leah Bonzak. Cindy Dunham. And Ryan McRae. And now, may I call on our Assistant Athletic Director, Rory Tyson.
Thank you. We're going to recognize now our college signees. We have 10 students this year who signed to play at the next level. I'm going to call you up here, and then after you come up here, I'm going to say a little bit about that. Hannah Bergfield is going to play volleyball at the University of Rosewoman Institute of Technology. Charles Evans is going to play baseball at Elon University. Lainey Ketsu is going to play soccer at Oklahoma. Stand right here in front. Maggie Lewis is going to play lacrosse at Butler University. Kate Matsuda is going to do rowing at Stanford University. Richie Morales, baseball at the University of the South at Sewanee. Coco Prosper is going to do swimming at Washington and Lee University. Peter Worthington is going to play soccer at Trinity Western University in British Columbia. Glenn Smith will play baseball at the University of Richmond. And Gabby Sparks will play volleyball at the University of Chicago. So St. Michael's Catholic Academy is a college preparatory school. Our mission in part is to prepare students for the next step of their educational journey. St. Michael's Athletics is designed to be co-curricular with academics fostering blue sky opportunities for all who compete. This year we have 10 seniors, 4 of them are here, thank you, continuing their athletic and academic careers at the next level, using their God-given talents to better their lives. We are so proud of the work they have put in during their time at St. Michael's and look forward to continuing to watch their future adventures in college. Congratulations.
And now I'd like to invite to the stage Associate Athletic Director Cooper Laney to announce our All-State Academic Awards.
The Academic All-State Award is an honor. It's an honor that embodies our mindset of the student coming first and athlete coming second. We're so proud of the 33 student athletes that have earned this award for their academic excellence and finding the balance that it takes to excel both on and off the court. To qualify for academic All-State, a student must achieve a GPA of 3.5 or higher and be selected to the first or second team, all-district team in a team sport and an individual sport that must qualify for the state meet while also having a 3.5 GPA or higher. When you hear your name called, please come to the stage to receive the Academic All-State Award as an ode to your dedication to athletics and academics. Utah Anderson. Pat. Any better? A little bit, maybe. Carson Summers for soccer and football. Austin Bouch, Jordan Dawson, Megan Lyons, Gabby Spellings, Hannah Bergfeld, Ethan Dang, Ryan McCrae, Xander Tracy, Ben Brophy for football and soccer, Susie Fusilier, Cole Wynn, Max Paulke, Tomas Brazzoni, Will Garcia for baseball and football, Hayes Pounds, Will Sloan, Jake Brocksterman, Lauren Hill, Coco Proctor, Lily Catherine Valley, Rainey Clark, Sugeeth Chinkau, Jack Curalt, Gabby Webb, Angel Cordova, Lainey Kausu for cross-country, soccer, and track, Nicholas Schilling, Gabriel Zorio, Cameron Kruger, Claire Lawler, Julie Legge, and Glenn Smith. We'd also like to give a quick shout out to our dance team for earning the Academic Award of Excellence while participating in the Dripping Springs Crowd Pleasers competition this winter. Their competition team's combined GPA was 3.59. Congratulations for all of your achievements.
And now we come to the St. Sebastian Award, which will honor the most outstanding male and female student athlete at St. Michael's. In 1932, the Olympics were held in Los Angeles, California. And in preparation for that, there was a track meet held in Evanston, Illinois. The importance of that track meet was that the winners went to the Olympics. So it was more or less a trial for the Olympics. Illinois, the powerful all-girls team, was favored. The team out of Dallas, Texas, was entered in 8 of the 10 contests at the meet in Evanston. And as we started out, we started with the discus. And the heavily favored Illinois team, of course, won. But the team from Dallas, Texas finished 4th in the discus. The next event was the shot. And even though they were not favored to win, the Dallas team came in first, much to the astonishment of many. Next up was the baseball throw. And with a throw of 272 feet 2 inches, the winner was from Dallas. In the 100-yard dash, they failed to qualify, so many sat in the stands and said it was just a fluke. They competed well in 2 events, but none more. Oh no, the next event was a throw of 139 feet 6 inches, which was 6 feet better than the world record in the javelin by the team from Dallas, Texas. Up and next, another first place finish in the 80-meter hurdles. Up next, a first in the broad jump and a first in the high jump with a world record for the team from Dallas, Texas. The Illinois team, which was heavily favored, favored to take first place, took second. But the team from Dallas finished 7 of the 8 events with scoring and scored 8 more points than the heavily favored Illinois team. In the process, they also set 4 world records and went on to the Olympics. At the Olympics, the Dallas team triumphed with similarly dramatic showing. The team, which was sponsored by the Employers Casualty Insurance Company of Dallas, was great because they had one superior Texas athlete, Babe Didrikson. The amazing thing about this story is Babe Didrikson was the only athlete on the Texas team. She won all of those awards by herself. That is an example of a great Texas sports story. We hope the St. Sebastian Award is a chapter of someone's life in their story. Another great Texas sports story. We are excited to announce this award, and this honor is given to one female upperclassman and one male upperclassman athlete yearly during the athletic banquet. St. Sebastian is the patron saint of athletes, which exemplifies the qualities of strength, stamina, along with courage and perseverance. St. Sebastian was a 3rd century soldier and captain, and secretly a Christian who aided persecuted Christians when they needed it most. When the emperor discovered his actions, he ordered him to be killed by arrows. Only the arrows did not leave him for death. After recovering, Sebastian boldly went back to confront the emperor, but his life was taken when he was beaten at the steps of the palace, trying to defend others. These are the qualities of bravery and determination, and are only a few characteristics that make St. Sebastian fit to be the patron saint of athletes and the namesake of our new award. The recipients of this award have qualities of strength and voice on their team and in their life. Stamina to withstand both the physical and mental effort it takes to be great. Courage to do the right thing even when it's difficult. And perseverance to continue with their goals despite difficulties or failure. The St. Sebastian Award is weighted on the athlete's participation performance during their time at St. Michael's. It is truly an honor. Our coaches had the opportunity to submit names of one female and one male on their team who embody all of those qualities that represent this new award. The entities were anonymously voted on, and after the award, their names and graduation years will be commemorated on plaques inside the card, holding a spot of honor for all student athletes to look up for in future years. Please hold your applause because I have a few things to say about those individuals. We are proud to honor the inaugural winners of the St. Michael's St. Sebastian Award, Lainey Kalsu and Ryan McCrae. Lainey is a 3-time All-State soccer selection and 2-time academic All-State selection. She also qualified for the state track meet all 3 years, and she competed at St. Michael's and was an All-State cross-country performer. She is signed up to play soccer at the University of Oklahoma. Ryan McCrae was a 3-time captain, All-District selection, and 2-time academic All-State selection in basketball, helping his team make it to the Final Four in 3 of his 4 years at St. Michael's Catholic Academy. He is also a 2-time All-District baseball selection and will attend Wake Forest University in the fall. Lainey and Ryan have been nominated by their coaches, who praise their dedication and passion for St. Michael's athletics on and off the playing field. We are proud to have these seniors be the first recipients of this award and look forward to them serving as a beacon of hope and inspiration for years to come. Congratulations, Lainey and Ryan. In closing, I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's been a wonderful evening with Hall of Famers, student athletes, the St. Sebastian Award for Excellence in Student Athletic Achievement. And I want to thank, on behalf of the athletic department, all the fans, parents, supporters of St. Michael's. Everything that we do to honor you, and we can't thank you enough for giving us the opportunity to serve you. Thank you all for all you do, and we look forward to seeing you again next year.